Hello everyone, welcome to our first edition of Bring the Paint. I'm Amanda Shires. I'm new to painting. I learned everything I know about painting first by watching my mom paint when I was growing up, and then we did some together in college, and then moved around, and as fate would have it, I met Rachael McCampbell. I had the idea that she should be painting and showing lots more people how to paint, and that was the birth of Bring the Paint. Take it from there.
Okay. Well, I'm Rachael McCampbell. As she said, I live in Nashville and I'm a painter, and I take groups on trips, or at least used to, right? And so now we're taking people on trips online through making art and having fun. So yeah, my goal is to get people really excited about painting and having a lot of fun and finding your personal joy through art. So I'm glad you're here.
I'm Lisa Fallon. I am a nurse by profession, and now I like to
Doctorate
paint.
of nursing.
Doctorate of nursing. Yes, that's,
Is that weird to say just because people don't understand doctorate of nursing?
yes, they don't.
I feel like that it probably
You have to
caused you a
explain
lot
it.
of grief, and then here you are.
And here I am painting. It's perfect. But I fully believe that art heals, it saves lives, and it can make a very stressful time in our lives right now a little less stressful. And there's a lot of evidence out there about the effects of the arts on people, and I just hope you all find some joy in this, and it relaxes you and brings your blood pressure down.
And if you don't paint for relaxation and you're just hanging out with us for relaxation, we're glad to have you. I'd like to also add that this show is lively taped. It's not always going to be a live stream. We don't know. We're trying to do it as a live stream, but things come up.
Mm-hmm.
This is a pre-taped show this time, but we're going to be joining you now. Look for us in the comments.
We'll get to be live on the comments. That's cool. So today we are going to paint a simple pear. We thought, what would be beautiful and pretty easy? People can buy pears, or you can download the image that we have here to paint. And to make it simple, we're just going to go with one pear, or you can paint all three.
I like to imagine a pear as like imagine my husband is shaped like a pear.
I'm sure he loves that.
Is Jason in this photograph?
That's him.
We're going to be painting this.
That's lesson 3. We work up to the nudes. But anyway.
That's what she said.
Yes!
So hopefully you guys saw the video that Jason, Isabel, and Lisa Fallon did on prepping panels and like gessoing your cardboard and then toning it, or taking a pre-gessoed canvas and toning it gray. And I'll have a little video about that too that you can see under Bring the Paint on my YouTube channel.
It should also be linked here in the description on this very video. If it isn't, we'll fix it. Just email us at Rachel's email address. What is your email address?
It is Rachael, RACHAEL, at RachelMcCampbell.com. McCampbell is spelled like this, McCampbell Art Studios. So anyway, Rachael at RachelMcCampbell.com, and I hope you will email me, and these ladies too. All the links for our sites and everything will be under the description. So to begin with, we all have a little piece of vine charcoal. You don't have to have this, you could use a pencil. But I'll show you a little trick about vine charcoal. It's really great because you can make a shape.
Show it there too.
Oh yeah. You could make a simple shape and then with a paper towel quickly erase. Isn't that great?
That's beautiful.
I love
That's
it.
really good.
Kitty.
What? So that way you can just keep drawing and wiping off. But so go ahead, and we're gonna start, I guess. Start drawing.
Which way do I hold the canvas? Which direction do we put it in? That's a real serious question.
Well, it depends on what you want to do with your canvas.
Like when I see that the photo's this way, am I supposed to do it that way?
No, you can do it any way you want. If you wanted, I chose to have mine
Can you stop that? That's noisy.
vertical because I wanted to focus on one pair only, which is what I'm going to do today as well. But
Which
you
way
could,
is easier?
It's just complete personal preference. And how many pairs do you want to do? Your mom's doing 3.
I've never done a pair. What's the easiest way to make a successful pair?
I would try one.
One.
I think one makes it
The
easier.
one up and down?
Yeah.
Just
Just-
look at me.
Okay, perfect. Insert finished photo.
So we're gonna do this in black and white first, but we'll get into that first. But second. First, we draw our outline, however you want
Start
to draw
drawing
them
them.
there.
That will have a question. I'll wait.
Yeah,
for you.
yeah, go ahead.
How come you don't draw the line that's in your picture first? You see?
Well, that's the horizon line of the table that I shot it on. First of all, that's a really good question. That brings up a real quick art theory thing, is that there's the rule of thirds and odds, right? So you want to divide your plane, your canvas. If there is going to be a horizontal line, it's nice if it's either in 1/3 or 2/3. It could either be up here or down here. But having it dead in the middle, it's kind of a dead spot.
Okay.
So in mine, I think I have it on there, yeah, I kind of chose about 1/3 for that. And then whenever you paint and you have a focal point, you want to kind of keep it in one of the third areas, which would be here, 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 or here.
That's the focal point areas?
Yeah, these are kind of they're kind of in the third areas, and so that's kind of in general where you might want to have your focal point. So in that case, let's say the pear focal point, you want it to be maybe right in here. It doesn't have to be exactly right there, but you could have your pear a little off center and have your,
Whoa.
I
I like
I
the double
like
pair.
that.
well, yeah, you could do a double pear. You know, take this and make it your own, whatever you want to
So then you're saying putting this line in there is not a thing you have to do
do.
first?
You do not have to do that. You don't even have to do it at all. It could be floating in air. I mean, this is your imagination.
You could put wings on your hair.
You could wear wings on
Can
your
that be
hair.
mine for now? No, I'll borrow it and you draw another pair. This is the one I'm gonna work off of.
Is this okay?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's show everybody. There we go. Yeah, so she's blocked it in. And I love the way they're overlapping and they kind of are all together conversing there. That's good.
I like the cardboard a whole lot.
I love cardboard.
Yeah. And I think it's great to paint on anything as long as you're painting and try to be as archival as you can. And she put gesso
What does that
on there.
mean, archival, as you can?
Well, archival means you just want the materials to last a long time, and so you try to use good materials, and you don't like paint oil paint on paper, for example, because the ingredients that are in oils will eat through the fibers eventually and rot it.
Okay.
So that wouldn't be good. So you have to have a protectant in between the paint and your surface you're painting on, and that's what gesso is for. It
Okay.
creates a surface. So you'll notice when you get your canvases, they all are usually white, they're pre-gessoed, and so they're ready to go and paint on. So, and some are gessoed for oil painting, and some are gessoed for oil and acrylic.
Okay.
So you can keep that in mind. So I'm gonna go ahead and block in another pair, and then we're gonna mix some paint and just do black and white. And I'll tell you why we're doing that. One, we want to study the tonal qualities, and that's why this photo, you can take a photo of anything and then reduce it into black and white. This looks like it has a little color, I don't know, it's odd. But it's supposed to be black and white, and that way you can really study the tones of something. Sometimes color gets in your way, and so that's why we're gonna study that, and then we're gonna do a color glazing at the end.
Cool.
And this is a palette. You can use any kind of palette you want. You could use wax paper, just taped to the table, that works. You can buy pads of palette paper, or this is a type of palette that works great with acrylic. It has a sponge and a wet piece of paper and then the lid on it so that the paints will stay for, gosh, a couple of weeks sometimes, moist.
We've talked about my palette and how bad it smells.
Yeah, you gotta open it up every now and then and clean it out. But these are Masterson palettes, like them. So I'm gonna get some white paint and make a few piles of gray. I'm gonna take like white and about a quarter of the 3/4 white, 1/4 black. and start making a few variations of gray. How's it going there, Amanda?
I'm having fun. I am a person that paints and I really get out of wherever I am and into the space of
That's what makes it so
relaxation.
relaxing.
Well, yeah, and I think that's the point of this, and even your the timbre of your voice has that quality. So, also, I don't want to let you down. I'm doing my best copy of your pair that I can do.
Don't copy me. I'm sure whatever you come up with on your own is going to be great.
No, I really appreciate your willingness to trade panels with me. You have no idea. It took a lot of pressure off.
Oh, okay.
Like, so are you supposed to do the thing where you like, in the painting I see shadows and some highlight things, this kind of looks phallic, but that wasn't my intention. Like I see the highlights, you know? Am I supposed to outline that or no?
No, you don't have to worry about that stuff right now. I mean, you could even paint.
Already messed up, didn't I?
No,
Okay.
of course not. I'm just saying for this exercise, like, we don't have to get it all drawn in because we're gonna go in and paint it in quickly anyway.
Oh, like what my mom's doing?
Yeah.
How is she getting it right?
I don't know that
It's
it's
just so
right.
darn
I'm just
good.
painting because I really don't have anything to say, so I
Okay.
thought I'd paint.
Because you're relaxing.
I am relaxing.
Well, let's.
Now, this is
That's
a
good
real
for you.
question. There's a
Yes.
lot of people watching that are just like me.
Mm-hmm.
They've not painted a single thing outside of maybe a touch-up on their house, or maybe they haven't done that. Maybe they've watched some painting videos.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know which brush I'm gonna paint with?
Okay, that's a great question. Let's start with supplies. How about that? So everybody's clear on
Yeah.
a few things. For one thing, we're using.
Like they're all pretty. Should I based on how cute they are?
Yeah,
Pick 'em?
that's exactly it. Whichever has the prettiest handle. Yeah. No. Now, we've already got our middle tone. That was the whole point of toning, is you've already got your middle
Right,
tones.
okay,
All
I
you have to
see.
worry about are the dark darks
Okay.
and the light lights right now.
Okay.
So, and let's keep the paint kind of on the thin side so it'll dry faster. And let's make sure we're looking at our,
I'm looking at my painting. I can
okay, you
see-
got it
see,
over there? You can
Leonard
see it?
Cohen's holding it down over there for me.
Oh, Colin. Okay, so we have the light source coming from this direction. So we have the darkest darks down in there. And I'm just gonna lightly go in there. You know what I did not bring was gel medium.
Danny.
Do you need it?
We can get away with water on this exercise, but gel medium just extends the acrylic, makes it thinner. We may need it when we get to the glazing part.
Should we get the
for
squirt
sure.
bottle out?
No, I think dipping it is fine. We do have a squirt bottle if you need it. Yeah, if your acrylics start to get dry on you and you don't have one of these Masterson palettes that keep it moist, spritz. You can just spritz it. Okay, so I'm gonna try, it's funny not having color, isn't it? Like just trying to,
I hate it.
What?
I would rather have color.
yeah.
I don't like painting black and white.
Well, it's gonna be
But
great.
it's a good
There's more
exercise.
than one color in black and white, guys. You just
That's true.
make yourself some different colors out of the colors you got.
Okay.
And you're gonna see it's gonna be way more awesome than you even realize it could ever be. Man, that's the best stem I've ever painted.
I don't know how you did that. That's so awesome.
I don't
Are you
either.
gonna show your
Proud of
friends what you're
myself.
doing?
Look at that stem. I mean, might as well call that a work of art.
It all is. None of this, whatever you're doing, has ever existed in the world until you just did it just now. I love that thought. And everybody has their own style and handwriting and voice, and please honor that. You know, I think we have a tendency to want to be doing what other people are doing and not seeing the beauty in what we do. Now,
Speaking of seeing what we do,
Mhm.
I would love to see anybody else's paintings.
Me too.
We should see if anybody wants to send us some of their paintings.
Yeah, it's a great idea. If anybody will share with us what you're doing, send it to my email and I'll put it in a blog on my website. Again, that's Rachael@RachelMcCampbell.com. And then we'll share it. We'll have a little share. I wish we could do that on YouTube, but I don't think they let you.
I just want to see all these paintings.
Me too. I can have it in a collection. So, I don't know about you ladies, but I love contrast. So like, I'm gonna choose black to go against, and look how it makes that edge
Ah, that looks
pop.
good.
And then we'll be going over this with color, and it's like magic because you've created this painting, and then you just do a few bits of color, and ba-boom, turns into a full-on kind of finished painting.
I like how you can use this cardboard
I
to
do
paint
too.
on.
'Cause
Too.
everybody's got cardboard with all their orders and stuff too, you know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I really like it.
Yeah, and as much as I love professional paints and the best products, you know, who wouldn't? Don't forget, Picasso painted with house paint.
That's
So,
awesome.
That's awesome.
you know, just,
Probably because he could sniff it.
But
That was a
what?
joke. That was a joke.
Holy.
I mean, it is, you know, you can find that out more on your own.
I don't know that much about him. But, the main thing is.
I mean,
is
his
that-
face pictures were all kinds of crazy, weren't they?
Are you thinking about Salvador Dali or?
No, Picasso, Cubism or something, right?
Oh, you mean his paintings? I thought you meant of his face. His face. His own face. You're talking about his paintings. Got it. I thought you were talking, remember the one Salvador Dali with his mustache and he's looking on.
Salvador
Some of
He
Dali
those-
might have
was
been sniffing something.
kind of
Some of those
wacky.
paintings are really small in real life.
I know. Did you go to the Salvador Dali Museum?
I saw a few different things on the road. Some of the works toured various places.
Did you go to Barcelona?
I have been there, but I can't remember which museum. I know I went to the one, the Van Gogh Museum, but that wasn't where I saw this one I'm thinking of.
My favorite museum was the Uffizi
Yes.
in Florence.
You said paint a thin amount.
I know.
That is thick as hell.
I loaded it and look what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I'm gonna,
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
You're cheating because I saw you draw like this white thing on here.
cheating. Well, I was testing something out. to
What
try.
she's doing.
Was she cheating?
What are you cheating?
Now she's putting white on one side.
I know. What's
Well,
going on?
the good thing about acrylic, y'all, is that it dries
You're not
instantly.
telling us what you're doing.
I'm
You're just trying to be
playing.
better.
You're trying to be better, so ours looks so bad.
Does this look like a penis?
No.
Okay.
I don't think it's in touch.
I never said
Fix
that.
it.
I can't
Help
fix
me
that.
fix it.
No, it looks very good.
Okay. It is art.
It's very
You
good.
can have forms in art. You can see whatever you want to see.
That's right.
That's
It just
true.
looks like a little mushroom.
Yes.
Okay. The
Better not
things
take
people
that part
say
out.
when they're
Better not
painting.
take that out.
If you take that part out, I'm quitting.
Oh. Okay,
Quitting.
I'm quitting. I
See,
quit.
so you're doing like these fancy things on
What
that.
fancy things? I'm just taking
You're
a brush
doing-
and wishing.
No, but look how you have your brush going all kinds of directions.
Okay, so I'm a big fan of texture. So so is Lisa, I think. She's got a lot of texture in hers.
Hers is like a weaving of paint. She's like back and forth, up and down.
She's been doing it a long time
She's
now.
not telling us how to achieve such
So, I don't-
grandiose ideas of painting.
Well, she does, she is the teacher.
She's trying to show me that I can never do that.
Okay, ignore what they're saying.
No, I'm so ignore my feelings.
Don't ignore your feelings.
I don't think we have a light enough grays. Here, let's borrow some more.
Yeah, use whatever you want. I just like building up texture, whether or not it's the shape that I want at the end or anything else. It's fun to just see what the brush will do sometimes. If the surface you're painting on, if you keep it a little damp, like every now and then go in and wet your brush, or you could do that, spritz it.
Okay, well, I thought that's what you were.
Well, no, I meant just
Okay.
like gently wetting the canvas is one thing too. Then see how
Have a mask on.
see how it helps blend when you do that.
Here, let's trade.
Oh,
See if you can fix
this
this
is
one.
great.
Yeah, you try writing a
Okay.
song in front of people.
There you go. It's blending
That's what I'm saying. It's not easy, but it's fun.
and that's on my bucket list, man. Writing a song.
You want to do it on TV in front of everybody? Like
No,
I'm painting?
I do not.
See? Feeling is mutual.
I definitely do not. Now, the only trouble with black and white is you have to figure out, you know, these, like where shadows go and things like that. So this is all about values, and this, we're painting on basically medium value, which is pretty much in between the white and dark spectrum. And that way we're adding the darkest darks and the lightest lights and having this middle. That's beautiful.
That is beautiful. It's
Beautiful.
It's perfect.
Show everybody where you've gotten. That's awesome.
It doesn't look anything like a
Sing him a
sausage,
little tune.
Amanda.
Sing him a little tune.
Who?
All the pressure. You're pressuring me, and I'm not great at painting.
You want me to sing?
You are great at painting.
Okay.
Yes, she is. By the way, I don't know if y'all can see these paintings right here. Amanda Shires and Lisa
You're
Fallon.
removing that from the video.
We are in their studio and they did those beautiful paintings. So for more information, go to where? Lisa
Rachael
Fallon?
McCampbell Art Studio's YouTube channel. Learn how to paint.
And you can get fun with this. Look at this. You can like
I mean, I
make
feel fun.
Mark
marks.
is fun too.
Yeah, like mark making. I like going back in with the end of a brush sometimes and just
Oh, that's a good
creating
idea.
texture, blurring edges,
I'm not brave enough to do that.
Look,
creating
do it
marks.
this maybe.
I'm not ready.
Show everybody what you're doing, Lisa.
It's so awesome.
It is awesome. The thing I like about you, Lisa. Good,
I-
good. It's strong self-confidence.
Oh, yes. Well, you've helped me develop that, Rachel. I met Rachel in a painting class that she had here in Nashville, and she's become my friend and a mentor, and
Aw.
I just love her to death.
Well, back at ya. I saw her talent down in Leapers Fork, Tennessee, and I went, whoa, ho, 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 what's going on there? Because you were painting those chairs, but it was beyond that.
I love painting chairs.
You're good at it. Okay, this is fun.
This is fun. Okay, am I done?
Only you know that answer.
Yeah, only you know when you're done. Yeah, how do you know when you're done with a song, Amanda?
This isn't a songwriting class.
Come on, let's switch it. So I hope y'all are having fun. I hope you're painting your pear and just messing with it. I don't know where this is going, but I'm having fun exploring it. Some areas where it's still wet, it's like a little messy. You can let it set up a little bit. Oh, you know what? One thing I wanted to say about the pears.
What do you want to say about pears?
Well, have you noticed there's spots on them oftentimes?
Ah,
And so I take a little round brush like this and kind of take another color and do little dabby doos. So you can dab in here, and then you can take a paper towel and soften.
Dab.
And please keep your brushes in water at all times unless you're using it, because they will dry really fast and then you will have a terrible brush. Speaking of brushes, these ladies are Black and Gold by Dynasty, and they're excellent. See how there's different shapes within shapes here? There's roundness, and it's not straight. It's got all these lumps and bumps. If you can achieve some of that with your gray, it'll help you when you get to the color parts.
I have those lumps and bumps on my thighs. But it's from cheese. I like to say it's from cheese.
I think it's because you're bored with the fat cells you're going to have and then something. I don't really know.
It's so fascinating that I wanted to grow more during the COVID. And so I've been successful in that quest.
Well,
They say that's the COVID-19,
I
right?
love it.
oh, is that what they're saying?
Uh-huh.
That's funny.
Been in lockdown and that's what happens. But hey, I got a rowing machine.
Where is it?
It's on my porch.
Did you use it?
I did today.
Did you do a video that helps you not kill yourself?
No, because I only did it for 5
Mom!
minutes. I only did it for 5 minutes.
You cannot be that person that doesn't make your technique right. And then next week or 2 weeks from now when we're doing this, you're going to be like, okay. But I'm glad you're rowing.
Yeah,
For 5
awesome
minutes
for
a day.
you.
Should I just try? Well,
You gotta begin somewhere,
I do.
right? Okay, I'm getting close to being done enough.
I mean, if you're not done by the time I'm done, I'm not going to really be able to take you seriously, Rachel.
Well, I want to have mine kind of loose. How about you?
I mean, it seems to me like you like to work on it forever.
Oh, I do, yeah. Absolutely. I'd work it to death if I could.
Look, see, we've done a pair.
You've done it.
And my pair's shadow was wearing a hat.
Let me see.
I'm being followed by a pear shadow. Pear shadow, pear shadow.
Awesome.
A leaping and hopping with the pear shadow. Pear shadow, pear shadow.
So I'm thinking about the shadow. You girls have already thought about your shadow. I'm just now getting to thinking about it. Shadows are funny. Because they kind of have to fade out a little bit. Like it's darkest right under the pear, and then it lightens up as it goes further away. That's how shadows work.
My new favorite way to paint is black and white.
Is it?
I think so.
It's crazy.
If you really love texture, you can get your palette knife
Oh, yeah.
and just lay it on.
But will it dry quick enough, Rachel, for us to glaze it if we put it on like
Not
that?
as good. But see how you can mark through and
Uh-huh, I like that.
get fun shapes. It'll dry pretty fast if we put it in the sun. No matter what we do.
You've tuned into 2 weeks of painting a pair. Bring the paint episode.
There's something about losing time when you paint. Isn't that the truth? Oh my gosh. I lose all track. Okay, is there, I want to put this like in front of a fan or in the heat. Maybe I'll just stick it over there in the sun really quick.
You're the one that painted that so heavy after you told us not to.
I know. Let me wipe it off now that I've done that.
It looks beautiful though.
It is, it's gorgeous.
Well, it gives you unexpected results. That's the part I like about it.
That's pretty badass as hell. A lot of what mine's gonna be enhanced by is this cocktail. Also pear-shaped.
Okay.
Do you have any health tips for?
Health tips? Well, right now, I think the main thing is to wear a mask. You know, wear a mask, socially distance.
So I think we just
Don't
take a
leave
few minutes right now and let that dry, don't we?
I think so.
Okay.
Now that your paintings have dried,
Mine's nice and warm. It's been sitting in the sun.
I don't know that hers is dry.
she's a professional. She can deal with it not being dry.
Just this one area is not dry yet, but that's okay. So the next part is coloring. Yay.
Do we need clean water for that?
Good idea. Yes, we do.
Before we start with our glazing,
Mm-hmm.
for those of you that are watching our Bring the Paint show where we're painting together, you don't have to pay for this class or this time you devoted and given.
We
So
should probably
freely.
pay you.
And I know that money is super tight right now, and I know that over half of everyone is without a job. But if anybody does have $1 or $2 or $5, there's a donation button here in the description, and you can probably see it on this YouTube channel too. And tell them about where the money will be going.
Yeah, we're concerned about how much food insecurity is out there for families. And so there's an organization based where we are that goes all over the South and Southeast.
Where in the South do they go? They go Nashville,
Different
Georgia,
states.
Tennessee, Georgia,
Kentucky,
Kentucky,
Mississippi,
Mississippi.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's called Feed America First. And so any donation is going to, 100% of it will go to them, and they provide food to 200 different organizations. So they're kind of the warehouse distribution people and get that out there. So it'll help a lot of people.
And we're gonna glaze, but I think that I thought we would glaze and talk about glazing first, but I really feel a need for some excitement right now. Let's talk about the thing.
Oh, the thing.
The thing.
The thing.
Let's talk about the thing.
Oh, the thing.
The thing.
Okay, should I get the
Get the
thing?
things.
Well, we're very excited about our raffle items. We have some amazing sponsorships by Golden Acrylics, who have donated a beautiful set of 6 acrylic paints, which we're using today, by the way, and a golden t-shirt, size large, will fit everybody. And it's got all the colors. And did you see the mug? It is full
It's
of very
cute.
funny things. If you read it, it's very funny.
Oh.
It says, don't slurp your coffee and all that stuff. You just have to read it. But anyway, and we have Frederick's panels. These are what we're using today. They're 9 by 12. These are gessoed with acrylic. They're acrylic primed.
I kind of want to win the raffle.
These brushes are
Can I
beautiful.
win the raffle? How do I win?
You can't win.
I
We
can
cannot
though. I
win.
could try and trip the election of the raffle winner.
Oh, let's not do that though.
Okay. I'll just hold these while you tell them how to win.
Okay, and so these are Dynasty brushes. This is their top brush. It's called Black Gold
Wait, what is it? Who made these?
Dynasty.
That's the name of the company.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good
It's like a show.
TV show
Yeah,
back in
yeah,
the 80s.
exactly. So we did an assortment of their beautiful gift, and they are synthetic brushes, no animals hurt using these brushes, and they work really great for acrylic and oil. They're long handled for acrylic and oil.
I do really want to win.
I know you do, but
But how can most people win? How
Whoa,
will that
yeah.
happen?
Is this part of the raffle?
yeah, and the
Shut the
palette.
front door.
That's amazing.
The palette that we're using today, that I was talking about with the sponge and
I
the
think
paper.
I'm going to quit and become a viewer
Yeah.
so I can win.
These are Stay Wet palettes, and they also make them without the pad and the paper, I mean the sponge and the paper, and we use those for oil paints. So either way, they're great to keep your paints fresh and dry.
And you could also win, you can't win that, it's fine.
What
So,
else are you offering today?
These are some of my bus items. Like I would put things in my bus that made me happy.
Mhm.
Like because a lot of times the bus is thought of as a male locker room, so to speak. And I was turning my bus into a ladies' locker room. You know,
She should.
a place where it was okay to talk about men's bodies,
There you go.
pussy grabbing and whatnot. Okay.
Okay. Let's talk about color. How about that?
I'm all about it.
You didn't tell them how to win the raffle yet.
Oh, the raffle. Yeah, I showed the raffle. Sorry, I'm an artist. I'm thinking about color. Okay, so everybody needs to be commenting, and we thought it'd be fun if you subscribe to McCampbell Art Studio on YouTube channel. It's free to subscribe, but somebody asked that. It's free.
It's free.
And so just want you to know that. And then you, in the comment section of this video, we would like for you to answer who is your favorite artist and why. Just short answer, and then we
We'll randomly generate Amanda Shires' name to win the raffle.
That's just wrong.
I know,
It's
we'll
terrible.
probably do it right. I know we will. But yeah, you can win that way. You subscribe and comment with who is your favorite painter or artist and why. And then on the next show, July,
I thought on this one they did.
no, they went on the next show. You announce the winner.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna
How
have
do you
this.
get
on-
them to win?
That's why I didn't understand. I
Oh,
don't,
well, you announce it on the next show.
oh,
the
okay.
winner.
That's why we have a millennial here, because, you know,
She doesn't know the definition of millennial.
whatever.
You don't know the exact years. That
No, I don't.
graduated to be a
I don't, it's a general
But then you
idea of
can
being
cut this
young.
part out. She just likes to offensively call people millennials.
Is that offensive?
No, I don't know.
Anyway, but
It's
seriously.
like Oda and Kathy Lee right now.
It is.
No. Are we
If I had a
seriously
glass
not
of
giving it
wine.
away? So next week, we will get to raffle away.
Next show, right?
Yes,
Next
next show.
Which is on the date of 2 weeks from now. The next show is July
30th,
30th.
3 p.m. Central Time.
The winner will be announced.
And then we'll just keep doing that. And then the third show is August
13th.
13th, 3 p.m. So we did it.
My mom.
I'm holding on to this table with all my might. Let's glaze.
Okay. So I'm gonna get a brush and have it moist, and I'm gonna take a little bit of this yellow.
Some people don't like the word moist. I don't find it an offensive
I
word.
don't find it offensive either. And just thin out just the yellow, straight up, just by itself.
By itself, Amanda. Just
And
by
let's
itself.
just see what happens when we gently go over
Gently.
some of these areas and build up. You can, get it a little darker as you go.
Feel like I might have done it too dark at the beginning, Amanda.
It's gonna be okay. We're
Well,
just painting.
The
and it's
point of
fun.
glazing is so that you can see the other stuff beneath it. That's the point.
I love glazing.
Me too, it really makes things glow. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of this blue and mix it with some yellow to create green. That's a really loud green. I'm gonna get a little white.
Hi, I'm green. That was my loud version of green.
Now the thing about
Is titanium opaque?
it's very opaque, so that kind of defeats the glazing thing unless, like I added a little white, which is opaque, and makes it thicker, and you see how it covers over and it'll completely eliminate everything.
You
if
just
you're
put
not
this on there
careful.
wherever?
Yeah, you can kind of put it on wherever.
Is that what you do?
Yeah, I like to see where it goes.
I
And
feel
then
like
you
she
can take
knows
a
what she's
paper-
doing.
I just don't
You can
understand.
take a paper towel and wipe some of that off.
Well, I don't
See how it's
understand
tinted?
how we decided where to put it.
Well, I want the lighter lights, on the left side where the lighter light source is coming in. So like I'm gonna take some of this yellow, the brighter yellow. I mean, I want people to have fun with this and play with it. Like, look what happens when you throw in really bright yellow on top of that.
I like that.
And then, yeah, do what you're doing, wipe it off a little bit. And we can tone the backgrounds too, you can,
What is toning the background? What is that?
giving it some sort of shades or colors, like you could
So you
take some of
is
the
toning
blue.
glazing? What is this?
Yeah, tone is basically
Yeah,
color.
but you're switching to blue.
Yeah, I'm trying blue because I wanna
But
see
why are
what
we off
happens.
of the pair? I'm just curious. Is
Well-
it just because it's fun?
We're sick of it.
Okay.
I just,
Okay. I got
I'll
it.
get back on
Okay,
it, I'm
okay.
just
So
trying
we're
to.
supposed, I'm just trying to follow
We've
along.
kicked the pair.
So we leave the pair alone now when we do the background?
Well, I'm playing, yeah.
No, I'm trying to follow the tutorial.
Well, you can, start glazing the background and messing with colors
that?
sometimes.
Okay.
I'm trying out blue,
Okay.
but at the end of the day, that might
Did you
not
put
be
it
my
everywhere?
only choice. Yeah, let's put it everywhere, see where it goes.
Cool. I just need a little direction. I'll be all right.
Right. I guess I'm more, there are artists who figure things out before they paint, and there are artists who just figure their way out as they go.
There are artists up here trying to paint a picture in front of people that want to do a halfway decent job.
I can't take the ridicule in my life right now.
What do I
With
do?
coronavirus too.
What do I,
You're doing it.
am I doing it?
It's absolutely gorgeous.
That's it. Just
Yes,
keep
you're
building.
doing it.
Do you
Yeah.
ever have a feeling like everybody is just telling you you're doing a good job when you're just really not sure you are?
You really
Y'all
are.
feel like that?
No, you
Yeah.
really are. It's good. 'Cause
Talking
we-
about
because-
this one thing first. We gotta paint the background and whatnot.
Yeah, so paint it, usually you like to go with a cool color, because if you paint, you could do it red, but if you do it red, your eye is gonna be drawn to
Satan's
the red.
hair.
Yeah. And I like mixing up, like putting a little green, yellow in with the blue on top of it.
I need a bigger brush. Somebody raffle win me a brush.
Here, is this one.
Okay.
Sometimes, I know Lisa knows this because she's done it in my classes too, but I'll paint an acrylic base like this and then go back in with oils and like get some major finessing going on. To get the
Oh, is
Can
oils.
you
it
paint
expensive?
oil on cardboard?
If it's been gessoed and
I
all
could.
that. Yeah.
I love cardboard. I'm gonna be known as a cardboard
I know
artist
it.
from now
I
on.
love
I
it now
like
too.
that.
So fun.
I
Dries
love it
fast
too.
too.
And it's also, it seems really smooth to paint.
It is smooth.
Mhm.
And you have lots of it lying around. You can cut it to fit. I have a little paper cutter you can use, Mom.
I love this. Oh yeah.
All you have to do is cook me some dinner.
And I think half the problem, what stops people from painting, is they're so worried about using materials and stuff, and so if you just have a few colors and cardboard, or even paint on paper, as long as you have, you know, a small thing of gesso and you paint on paper. I've done a ton of paintings
I've seen
on
some
papers.
beautiful work you've done on paper.
Oh,
Yeah, I
wow.
love
On
that.
like copy paper?
No, well, that would kind of.
Was it kind on watercolor paper or mixed media paper?
I've done oil paintings on Arch's oil paper.
Okay,
So
oil paper.
That's all prepared for oil. But then you can also, those are the kinds like we take to Italy and whatever, that where you can have paper that's already prepared for you to paint on.
Ah,
And we use that a lot in cold wax medium workshops. But I digress. You could take a paper bag and paint gesso over it. and then paint
Ooh,
on that.
I just had an idea.
what?
What if we painted on denim with our acrylic paints to make our COVID pants, since we can't buy new jeans, look fresh? I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
I bet you could paint with on.
I don't know
pants.
how long it lasts. I
There's
know-
got to be an archival way to do it.
Well, I mean,
Can you
look
reach
at
out
this.
to your-
I've watched this a million times. It's got acrylic on it. It never comes off. But,
Can you reach out to your
Okay.
golden friends and tell them
yeah,
that this is important business?
we'll see what they say.
Well, if they don't tell you the right answers, let me have their email.
Okay.
There's, I mean, really, why shouldn't we be able to paint on our pants?
I know there's fabric paint, and I don't
No,
know.
no, no, but this is
what the
plastic, it
difference-
sticks to anything.
Yep.
I bet there's just something you have to do to set it, like use a hair dryer, or put it in the dryer.
Right.
Get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Just an idea, just a little thought I had.
I like it. You always have good creative thoughts. You know what I like doing? Cleaning my brush on the edge of my canvas. Like,
You know what I like doing? Thinking I'm gonna blend, and then I just wiped off my beautiful paint.
well, you can always add it. And you know what I love about acrylics? You add it, and it goes fast. So at this point, I just want to talk about art for a second. I'm at this point where I have glazed, but then I can also go back in and add more opaque stuff if I want.
This Paris on fire.
Well, we were talking about Picasso earlier, and did you all know that Picasso was, I don't know if he was actually arrested, but he was definitely held for a while because they were accusing him of stealing the Mona Lisa.
Oh.
And it turned out
So-
it was an Italian, I think it was a security
I
guard.
was like, maybe he was studying it. It should be okay if an artist needs to borrow another artist's art.
Good luck with that.
Learning,
Yeah, go to the
learning.
Louvre and borrow the Mona Lisa. But anyway, he was
Nobody
mad.
else is there right now.
Yeah. The security guard, the security guard was irked that it was not in an Italian museum where he felt it belonged, so he took it.
Oh.
And I don't know how they found out who took it, but old Pablo, he didn't like that.
What was the last thing you stole, Rachel?
Like never anything.
Ever, never, ever?
I haven't stolen anything. I
You
think
haven't
that's
had to learn a stealing
I
lesson?
stole a 10-cent bag of potato chips back, and I don't want to say when. It was a million years ago.
I love it when she comes clean on TV.
No, but it's
Yeah.
true.
And I
There's-
cried to my mother, and I told her, I said I did this. I kind of didn't mean to. I just was hungry.
It's
and
funny. I
burned
have
it.
a 4-year-old, and like trying to explain the difference in stealing and not. Like I get it. She's a socialist, but but you know what I mean? Because I remember even Mom, when I was at the store as a kid one time, I put some candy in my pocket, and he found it much later, and I got all kind of in trouble. But I didn't know I was actually stealing. I just thought you said no, I can't have that, and I very well could.
And you
then
thought
I
you
had-
should have it.
I had, yeah.
Thought you
Well,
deserved to
I
have
thought it was. I didn't think that stealing was what you said. I thought that I was just going against your will and not doing stealing. That has nothing to do with art, but it's a funny story.
It is a funny story.
That is funny.
You know any other cool art facts, Rachel?
Oh gosh, let's see. Well, Frida Kahlo has all kinds of interesting ones.
God, I love her.
I don't know. And you know what's amazing? I think she only produced, I'm going to get this number wrong, so I'll look it up, the exact number, but it seems like it was something like 156 paintings in her lifetime.
That's it?
Yeah. And she's
Wow.
like one of the most famous, and
Yeah.
you know, her work sells for some of the most. But, and it was so powerful because no woman had done what she'd done, and nobody had done such autobiographical work before. Like talking about their
Mhm.
pain, especially as a woman, and
Yeah.
the issues she went through with.
Yeah. She's
Being-
amazing.
Leonard Cohen kept a lot of his notebooks in the freezer, and he was also a painter.
Why do
Really?
you keep his notebooks in the freezer? So nobody read them?
No.
Or what?
What's
Well,
the
you
point
can
of
read
that?
more of that when you look into Leonard Cohen, but this is about painting. I just thought it was interesting.
No, artists are artists.
He's awesome. He does a lot of cool paintings, I think.
I have used his lyrics for titles of my paintings many times.
Oh, wow.
Whenever I've gotten
Can't
my good
copyright a
stuff.
title. That's
Well,
what we all say, and know to be true.
really?
So that's okay.
Huh.
Adam, if you're watching, we're not ripping off your dad. Love you, boo.
That's sweet. No. No, and is it okay, like, just to use a line for a title of a painting? I would think it would be.
You know, I'm not really into copyright law. I just know the law as it applies to music for the most part. Maybe we can look that up and get back to the folks later, or somebody watching can comment along and let us know.
Maybe they know, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, copyright law is tricky. So, now we're just like getting into play mode, aren't we? Like, I
I
like
mean,
these
don't
patterns you're
talk
making.
about my picture like it's play. This is
No.
art.
This is serious.
Yeah. Don't talk about my picture like it's play.
Your background is,
I know, the background is
Amazing.
super cool. What I meant was we block in, that's the first, you draw a shape, you block it in, then you start getting more and more layers, and then it gets to the play period is what I call it.
Oh,
where
okay,
you
okay,
get
okay.
to like really get loose, add more texture.
My bad. I thought you were saying I was playing around. I was like, this is my art, man.
I would never put your art down. Mm-mm.
I guess that's my job.
Yeah, I know. Well, what is it we say?
I don't know.
When somebody compliments you, thank you, I know. Thank
No,
you.
I don't
to
say that.
I don't say that.
Robbie Brooks Moore, man. She taught us
I don't
that.
say that. If somebody compliments me, I just say, thank you, you rule.
Yeah. So when I did this one that's over here, same method, but I think I probably took 30 minutes with that. Took a little more time. And this one we're just kind of going faster. And so I like this though. I like this process of being loose. Oh, I wanted to show y'all kind of a secret
I'm really
weapon.
surprised that this is fun. Like, I really am. I didn't know painting a pear would be fun. I was like, a pear,
Oh,
what the
Amanda.
fuck? I'm serious.
Oh,
I'm just being
Amanda.
honest. Why can't I be honest?
You can.
But I was like, but now look, I'm seeing pears in a whole new way. And I was talking to James Willis about this, my artist friend, and he was like, you need to paint a pear.
He said that?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And he was like, I was like, but pears aren't very interesting to me.
But they are.
And he
aren't
was like, it doesn't matter, just paint the pears. And I was like, now I see
I
what he
like
means.
him.
He's amazing.
Okay, can I share something fun with you guys?
they? Yes.
This is on a different topic, but Golden makes these fluid acrylics. They often come in these little tiny tubes. And this is called green gold. And oh my gosh, it's the best translucent color for glazing. I want you guys to try this. Okay, watch
What
this.
are we doing?
Okay, we take green gold and you put it on there and it goes zzz. It just has like a wow
How's
factor.
it
It's
go?
bright.
Say that again.
Zzz. Try it. It'll be brighter than any color and
But how do you know where to put it?
like put it all over there and see what effect it has
No,
on
but do you put it on
black,
the dark part or the light part?
dark and light.
Just put it all over it.
Put it
Yeah.
on there, man.
Green
Just
gold.
put it on there and see what happens.
All that to say, you never know. You can have fun painting a pear. If you didn't believe it, look at yourselves now. Having fun.
Yeah, hopefully you're having fun.
I mean, it's fun.
Yeah, I love that color, Rachel.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean,
Okay.
it'll sit on top of black. I don't even know how it does that. It'll somehow colorize it.
You did a good job on that.
Did I?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
You really did. Good job. There's hope, Amanda. There's hope.
There's hope for me yet.
Yep.
Rachel, I need to win the raffle.
You do? Well, I get it.
I don't think it's gonna happen, Amanda.
Okay.
I think that would be kind of nepotism, or, well, we're not related, but it'd be kind of.
It wouldn't be nice. I wouldn't do that to
I
everybody.
know you wouldn't. My sister wanted to win it. Mary, you know who you are?
But if she wins and it's been
If it's legit. if
when I
it's-
do the thing and it goes through the generator and all that and it comes back her, like,
Yeah. that
we
could
can't make her
happen.
not win just because you don't like your sister.
I love my sister. That's terrible.
That was just a joke.
That was awesome.
That's a joke. Okay, I
Okay.
could just do this for hours, adding, subtracting, adding, subtracting.
But we don't have hours, do
I
we?
know, so we need to wind it up.
Let's do it.
Join us 2 weeks from now as we bring the paint and announce the raffle winners. That won't be me or the sister that Rachel doesn't like.
Don't say that ever. I did not.
And send us your pairs.
Send us your pairs.
Look how different they all are. Is that cool?
We should do a showing on our next show where after people send in the pairs, their pictures,
Yeah.
we could print them out and show them.
Yes.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Ta-da! The light kind of hits. Oh, that's neat. I like that.
We're gonna have ourselves a pair gallery next time.
That's
Yeah.
a good idea.
That was really fun. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking my questions seriously. They were very serious.
And thank you for painting.
Oh,
with
last
me.
question. Like when you're gonna sign your artwork,
Mm.
when do you do it and where do you do it and what color do
Okay.
you use?
That's a great question. First of all, I buy these little, I don't have one here, but they're called signature brushes. This
No.
one might work. That one might work. Tiny, tiny. These are Dynasty brushes too.
Oh, that's a good one. But I'll keep it for myself.
Anyway,
I bet
this is
Rachel
a
would
good
let us have a brush if we needed one.
Yes.
This one looks like it. Is this one a ready one?
No, look at this one I have.
Is that the same as this? Similar.
I don't know.
Anyway, small, thin, and then those are great for signing.
Tyler.
There have been periods of time where people feel you should only sign on the back as opposed to the front, that it takes away. And then some people, their signature is very much part of their painting. You've seen that, where it almost, it's like real big and it's a thing and it's very much
And some
their
people
brand.
you recognize it and you don't need to see their signature.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I can see a Basquiat.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly. So it's very personal. Some people want to sign their whole thing. I like to wait until I am done, because
I'm
you-
done.
you
Where do you
may-
recommend us?
You may want to go back in that area and then
No,
there's
no,
the
I'm done.
signature.
I like to take decisions. What
Okay.
color do you choose?
Ooh.
What color do you choose?
That's a good one.
White,
Let's hold it up and
yeah.
look at hers.
I want it
Something
to
lighter?
kind of blend in,
You want to blend in.
but I don't want it to be black.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah. How about like a greenish color with
Okay.
white mixed in it, so
Okay.
it blends but not too
Okay.
loud.
So do I just mix that over here?
Yeah.
A greenish color with white?
Yeah. And then if you want to go back in, by the way, and do little highlights, just to add a little pizzazz. Sometimes I add the paint and then squish around on the paint on the edges, and it kind of creates a nice little highlight. Straight up white.
What are you doing? That's my masterpiece. Get out of there.
Mom
Out of
is painting on your painting. I wouldn't do that.
You can do that. You
Oh,
can do
that's
that.
neat. Oh, and you signed yours too. Huh. I'm not
Oh,
ready to sign
Mom.
mine. I'm not committing.
That's clean brush.
All right.
Okay,
So,
When's the next one?
July 16th, 30th.
July 30th. And we
Now I
are
really messed
so
up.
glad you spent the time with us to paint.
That looks
Fix it.
good.
Fix it. I just rubbed it in wrong.
That looks very good.
I have a pear gallery next time, right?
Yeah.
What are we gonna draw next time? Paint, I mean.
I haven't decided yet. Let's think on that because we're going to still use acrylics. And I was thinking about using acrylics in different ways.
Cool.
So we'll see. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Everybody
How
did.
creative.
It's awesome.
This mom and daughter are so creative. I cannot tell you. It must
Thank
run
you.
in the family.
Thank you.
Just awesome talent. Okay.
Oh, careful. You're a professional. You can fix it. I couldn't fix it. We did it. Look at
We
what
did it. Yay.
Happy pears to you guys.